Hello there, dear friends, and welcome once again to the Relaxed Fantasy Review. Today, we're moving along through our list of classes and their feats. Feats are that oh so wonderful optional feature that DMs can allow players to take in place of their ability score increases. And most tables allow this, and feats are really powerful boosts that give your player characters such an incredible customization option. You can choose stuff that just makes your class better. Things outside the normal scope of your class, subclass, or racial features can be added and really enhance the game. Today we're talking about the Warlocks, those magical problem children with their packed magic. Warlocks have quite a few interesting features in their class, from their packed magic to their pacts and all the way through their invocations. And adding a feat to a warlock can really power them up. They have limited spells, and giving them a nice boost of something to do when they've run out of spells, other than Eldritch Blasting, is a really good idea. So I've created a top 5 list of feats I recommend all warlocks consider. But before we get to the list, I'd like to let you know that Relax Fantasy Review has memberships. For just $1 a month, you can support me here on YouTube, and you earn my undying gratitude from doing so. There's a join button below the video. You click that, you get a badge in your name next to the comments, letting folks know that you're a supporter. But even if you can't, thank you for watching and enjoying the content, because that's why we're all here. So, Warlock Feats. Well, let's start off by boosting what Warlocks are already good at, and take the feat Eldritch Adept. Eldritch Adept allows you to choose an invocation from the Warlock's invocation list and add it to your character. Warlocks already get invocations at level 2. They get a couple at level 2, and then they slowly get more as the game goes on. Eldritch Adept just gives you one more. Invocations are powerful. They allow you to cast leveled spells for free, such as Silent Image, Mage Armor, False Life, or Disguise Self, my favorite, as well as give you skill proficiencies or extra boosts to your Eldritch Blasting, or there's loads of things invocations can do. They're all magical in nature, but most of them are powerful to some degree. I've made a whole video about what invocations are great to take. And having one extra is great for anyone. And anyone can take Eldritch Adept, grab Devil's Sight or something like that, but Warlocks especially love having more. And one of the restrictions in the feat Eldritch Adept says that if the invocation has a prerequisite, such as you have Eldritch Blast, or you're a warlock of this level, or whatever, you can't take it unless you're a warlock that meets that prerequisite. So this just prerequisite, that stipulation just doesn't exist for warlocks. It's important for other characters, but for warlocks, they just don't care. This just gives them an extra invocation, and that's always nice. But another thing warlocks can benefit from is something that they can pilfer from their friend, the sorcerer: metamagic. By taking a few levels in sorcerer, you can obviously get this, but one other option is to take the feat Metamagic Adept. This grants you 2 metamagic options, which are just things that can buff your spells: casting them silently, twin casting them for long periods of time or over greater distances. There's ways that you can buff up your magic, and Metamagic Adept grants you 2 options as well as 2 sorcery points. Personally, I think the best way to handle this is to take Subtle Spell. You see, Subtle Spell costs a sorcery point, and it lets you to cast a spell without using somatic or vocal components, so you can just do it silently, stealthily, if you will. And as a warlock who only has like 2 spell slots per short rest anyway, using one at a key moment to intimidate or manipulate the environment, try casting Suggestion or some other charm spell with Subtle Spell, it can really boost the power of your warlock outside of combat. And in combat, you can just kind of double up by using a bonus action instead of a regular action to lay down an area of effect spell, and then you can still Eldritch Blast on your turn. Metamagic Adept just enhances your magic, and that's something that a Warlock could absolutely use. Another thing Warlocks can use is more castings. See, one of the things I always recommend for Warlocks is that they think about taking a race that has inherent casting, a free casting of spells every day. That just gives you more spells, and this feat, Fey Touched, is the same thing. It grants you a +1 to one of your mental stats, so you can grab Intelligence, Wisdom, or Charisma, which is what I'd recommend as a Warlock, but it also grants you 2 more spells. Misty Step, so a nice emergency teleport, and a first level divination or enchantment spell of your choice. You already have Hex on your list, so grab Silvery Barbs or something else like that. And you can cast these 2 spells once per day for free. So you don't have to use your Warlock slots to cast them, or if you've already used your Warlock slots, then you can have an emergency casting in your back pocket so that you don't get caught out without magic. Fey Touched just enhances the Warlock's magic even more, and that's what we want. We want their magic to get stronger. While we're on the topic of spell slots and short rest recovery, there's a spell that's pretty commonly taken by spellcasters, sorcerers, and wizards specifically. It's called the Shield spell. One of the best first level spells you can take. Grants you a +5 to your AC when a creature attacks you, basically blocking most hits. The thing is it takes a spell slot. Now, most casters are very happy to blow their first level spell slots on the rare occasion they get hit to make sure they don't take too much damage. But Warlocks don't have that many slots. They have 2 for the first half of the game, and yes, they recharge on a short rest, but usually you're using one of them already to lay down an area of effects spell, and you're concentrating on it. So you want to save the other one in case of emergency, and using it for shield just feels really, really like a hard sell. But there's an alternative to that. There's a phenomenal feat from the book Fizban's Treasury of Dragons, the Gift of the Metallic Dragon. This feat does 2 things. First of all, it grants you the spell Cure Wounds, which is great because Warlocks aren't natural healers, so having an emergency heal that you can cast, again, once for free, as well as with your spell slot in a pinch, allows you to heal others with a touch and an action. So that's nice. The real reason we're here is for the Reaction Wings. See, metallic dragons have this power where they can summon their wings to shield them or to shield their allies. If you or a creature within 5 feet of you is attacked, when you have this feat, you can use your reaction to increase the armor class of the other creature or yourself by summoning these spectral wings to block. It's like using shield. Now, it only increases your armor class equal to your proficiency bonus, but that's still a +2 or 3 in the early game, which isn't bad at all. And you can use it a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus. No spell slot required. This is the kind of reaction I want on a Warlock. Not wasting a spell slot on shield, I shouldn't say wasting, not spending a spell slot on shield, but instead using this gift to keep themselves mostly safe. And yeah, it's just a really, really good defensive feature. Throw that extra heal in there and you've got yourself a winner of a feat. And then finally, one of the best feats for any spellcaster to take, unless they already have proficiency in this, is Resilient. Resilient grants you a +1 to any ability score of your choice and proficiency in the saving throws of that ability. And for this one, we're going to take Constitution. Constitution increases your health, but it also makes you resilient to other effects, and it helps you maintain your concentration. When you're attacked while you're concentrating on a spell, you have to make a concentration check, which is a Constitution saving throw. When you make this check, if you succeed, your concentration spell continues, but if you fail, you lose it. And as a Warlock, there's nothing more, demotivating than to summon Hunger of Hadar and cover an area in black inky tendrils and use your eldritch magic, and then the next turn a creature runs up, punches you in the face, and your area just fizzles out. You've wasted a spell slot then, and you'd have to either cast it again or just do something else. Resilient Constitution grants you proficiency in that save. A very, very good thing to have. A lot of casters already get this. Artificers and sorcerers get this automatically, but warlocks don't. So grabbing Resilient Constitution helps you take those few spell slots you have and really stretch them out, making sure your concentration spells don't disappear. So, from metamagics and invocations to extra spells, extra reactions, and just better concentration, all these feats would be great on a warlock. I highly recommend talking to your DM about whether they allow feats at your game, and consider these as ways to buff your Pact Magic Blaster. This has been the Relaxed Fantasy Review. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe down below. Have a look for the join button down there, and keep your eyes peeled for more feat reviews coming down the line soon. Have a good one, my friends.